lovely folks, starting with Mercy.
Hey, I'm Gabby Mraz, but I'm playing Mercy, our friendly glass cannon wizard.
And Alma.
Hi all, I'm Nox, and I'm playing Alma, our um I will hide behind Weylin while they fight Pagan.
Uh, let's go Thaddeus.
I am Alan Grieve playing Thaddaeus, a vicar, sort of a cleric.
And Isengrim.
My name is Alex Gagniplouin. I play Isengrim the Saint, and I am the front line.
And last but certainly not least, Weylin.
I am Casper the MB Ghost, and I am playing.
That is the technical difficulty.
Yeah.
I was like, was that me or Casper?
Nope, that's me. My internet is the bane of my existence lately. I was gonna say this quick. Hi, I am Casper the MB Ghost. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Weylin, whose pronouns are fight me.
And I'm so happy to bring you all back into the world of the Divine Comedy, specifically for Inferno. Where last we left off, our group, after having defeated Minos, found themselves traveling through to the second circle of hell, the circle of lust, dominated by these hurricane force winds, a towering castle in the distance, and the sound of singing. They were also greeted by the former deposed ruler of hell, Pluto, who offered them a few bits of advice as well as an assignment of their own to retrieve somebody that he says does not belong where they are currently. And as the winds continue to buffet against what shelter you all have, the floor is yours. As the rest is finalized, the sounds of the wind and the almost consistent screaming as the bodies are flung through the air, it doesn't lessen. There doesn't ever seem to truly be a respite from this. The extensive land bridge that moves over towards the towering castle itself, though having a few rocky barricades, doesn't seem to completely protect from the same bashing of the wind. But it also seems to be the only path forward.
Are we all ready?
I think I'll take Constantine and tuck him in so he doesn't blow away. I mean, do we know where we're going?
Pluto
You have the
mentioned.
map.
That's right.
I really wish we had a rope or something so that we don't get separated.
Wayland's gonna raise his hand and be like, I have rope. And then just literally hold out the rope. And just it's frost covered. And he like hands it over to you. And like it is emitting like cold from his entire person.
As a quick aside, because I didn't ask, for those of you all that took this rest, did anybody actually sleep during the rest?
Oh,
Alma would have.
Probably.
I'm gonna regret that, aren't I?
um,
Maybe.
I don't know if I
We're
would have
not
totally rested.
We're not required to sleep.
Not required
And-
to.
The last dream Thaddeus had, he was being welcomed to hell by the current ruler of hell. So he probably is really not interested in dreaming anymore at this point in time.
Yeah, no, Weylin would have kept watch. He does not sleep.
In my role, so all right. That having this now in the back of my mind, yeah, you have this frost covered rope. That should be long enough to keep you all at least lashed together and not potentially not blown away.
No hyperthermia.
Okay.
Who is going to be in front?
Not me.
Not me.
Waylon.
Front line. Of course.
Waylon, do me a favor.
Yeah, call yourself the front line and then no, never mind. Go ahead. Yep.
Roll me a d10.
Oh no.
Sure, I'm good at that.
Yeah, I can go in front. I just don't see very far.
Oh, that is true. There are two of us that can actually see.
I think Weylin has the best eyesight right now.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go first. We should have this discussion in character. I can go first, and you watch all around us.
Also, if anything attacks us from the back, I feel like, no offense, Thaddeus, Weylin will be quicker on the defense.
So I'll go
More
first.
than likely.
Do I roll a d10?
Yes. If that's the case, then yes, you rolled a d10 for me.
It is a 7.
I rolled an 8. This is gonna be a thing. I rolled an 8.
I would
Overall.
like, as you all move. No, I was initially having Weylin and Isengrim roll for a very specific thing. I would like for everyone to give me a perception roll as you all are moving forward.
All right.
Why?
For fun.
My fun or your fun?
Yes.
Okay.
I got a
12.
15.
I'm rolling a dice.
14.
That is.
Wait, what are we rolling?
Perception.
Perception.
That's a 21.
Perception is 19.
Alma and Weylin, as you all the group begins to move forward, there's a few fleeting moments where you take the chance to look around at this massive land bridge to see if you can spy anything. And at first, what you think that you see is something that's being lashed by the winds, just kind of hitting against one of the outcroppings. But then you see that it's not actually being pulled up the winds, it's just moving. From there, you can then see as you begin to grow a little bit closer to it, Alma, you think that you see what appears to be a small dog.
Is that the thing in the wind or just near it?
It's on the bridge. It's not being pulled up by the wind. It's probably around maybe Dachshund sized. In fact, it looks Dachshund-esque, but the color's weird.
How many heads does it have?
You see one.
Okay. slightly disappointing, but okay.
It's fairly distant. But again, the color seems off on this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to whoever's near me, I'm going to tell them I think we should be careful because that doesn't look right to me.
You
What
see it.
doesn't look right to you?
You see it still walking. It almost seems like as it moves, its body doesn't really like fully lift off the ground.
Kind of shuffles.
It's almost shuffles, but it is moving forward.
Towards us?
It seems to be moving towards you all, as if it's just like following the path of the land bridge.
How far away is it?
Maybe a good 30 feet.
Am I able to see it now?
As it gets, yep, as it's been pointed out, you all are able to see it.
Well,
I'm
at least it's
sorry.
small.
I am dealing with a lot of internet issues. I don't even know what we're looking at right now. Like, you guys keep freezing
Oh no.
and then
Oh no, we're not the ones.
Oh, no.
freezing.
hopping back. I know, it's my internet. It's just, I've been trying to fix it for the past 10 minutes, and right now I'm just talking into empty space because I don't see any of you.
Oh no.
There's a small dog that doesn't look like it's not dog colored.
Oh, cool.
But it only has one head.
It's
Can I
moving. It's moving close to us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I am notching an arrow.
Can I send a
Yeah.
message to it?
You may absolutely send a message to it.
Just be like, hello? Are you friendly?
It stops. Remind me here. Now, message works that you send it and they can reply within a few seconds, right?
Yeah, you can reply.
You get in your head. Okay. You receive back in your mind.
Just sounds like a dog.
It sounds initially like it had to cycle through what noise a dog makes, and then arf.
Oh, that's not good though.
No.
But it sees it does see Weylin notch the arrow, and it does stop.
Alma, I think it was trying to figure out how to bark.
You see its head
Oh,
tilt.
it's not a dog, is it? It's not
You
a
see,
dog.
even from this distance away, you see its head tilt, and then it tilts a bit more,
Oh no.
then a bit more,
And
Oh,
and a bit more,
this,
and it just keeps rotating until it back up.
Shoot it,
and does
Weylin.
true sight reveal it to be anything besides the dog?
So your true sight,
Oh,
you
yeah.
you still see a dog, but you are seeing like around it this amorphous thing that is just constantly shifting and changing around what the dog is.
Can I try to do
It's
an
not a dog.
Arcana check to try to figure out what it is?
You may absolutely try to do an Arcana check.
All right.
Weylin also has true sight, so yeah.
You are also seeing that exact.
21.
This is an aberration.
Ooh, wait, hang on. I might have a thing about that.
This is an aberration. It's not a dog.
And what does that mean exactly?
It is you have your memory on these things is as fleeting as everything else. However, you do know of, in terms of experimentation, what these things could potentially be. There are often like failed experiments of creatures like these. These are being known as malleables.
Hmm.
It begins to plod forward again, and as it gets a little bit closer, you start to pick up on, oh, that's why it looks odd. For one thing, it doesn't have fur. It more just looks like an amorphous mass of flesh in the shape of a dog. Its mouth opens as if it's about to bark. And as it does, you see a smaller Dachshund head poke out of the mouth, and that opens and barks.
Can I shoot the smaller head?
You can make me an attack roll.
I don't play with mouths inside mouths, so...
Dual mouth from Alien.
Yeah, no, exactly why I don't play with that. I'm gonna... Oh, wait. Can I use Hunter's Mark on it and then attack it?
You can absolutely do that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. Let's see.
Let's remember that we're all tethered together right now.
Yes. I got an 18.
We'll all go together when we go.
That hits. Roll
I
damage.
got 18 plus 8, and so 1d8. 1d8 plus 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I forgot what Hunter's Mark does. So I'm gonna just check that out. Hey, yeah, let me see the description. What do you do?
That's an extra
Plus
D6.
1d6. So 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage.
Damn.
As your arrow finds the mark, as it hits it, it strikes it hard enough that you see its body like just fall onto its back. You see its legs kind of kicking up, and then the legs stop kicking, and
Yeah, I get another arrow.
and then as
I
they
don't
move,
like the noise you made.
as they move inside, 6 smaller legs pop out
Oh.
from its back, and it lifts back off the ground and begins to walk forward again.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I don't think your
Alright.
arrow did a whole lot there, Weylin.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shoot again, but this time I'm gonna do Hail of Thorns.
Go ahead.
So yeah, roll my attack. That's.
Do we have any way of knowing if the arrow actually hurts it?
Hmm. Give me a perception roll with disadvantage.
Okay. That is a 10.
14 for me.
No idea. It's neither one of you. This thing does not appear to have. You're not sure if it's because this thing can't feel pain or if it's because it doesn't know how to articulate how to feel pain. What was the roll there, Weylin?
I got a 19 to hit,
Hits.
and I dropped that one, so it doesn't matter. Ta-da. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 17 points of damage in this. Oh, wait. As a Hail of Thorns, it's a spell. Duh. So, yeah, you gotta make a dex save.
Ah.
And I roll 1d10 because
It
I'm
has
good
so
with
many
it.
legs. It probably can
Yes,
make
if
a
it's like a
save.
million legs, I think it's going to be.
Oh
able
no,
to
that's an
die.
11.
Yeah, you missed it by 1. So
Oh, yeah?
you get 7 points of damage from the Hail of Storms. And yeah.
So you fire this arrow, and as it separates out into these brambles that stick into it, As they all like dash into it, you see the thorns cut essentially the creature into several bologna slices. And as they all as its legs now from the back move to the side and become spider-like,
No.
it stands,
No.
and then just begins to walk.
Mercy,
Still
tell
towards
it to
us.
go away.
Yeah, I'll message
Equally.
it again. Be like,
Equally,
You-
it opens its mouth again.
no.
You all hear in your head, Arf.
Can I
Oh,
roll animal handling?
You may absolutely roll animal handling.
can,
Might be a little difficult if Weylin keeps shooting it.
can I minor illusion a stick? Throw it.
Come on.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. With that check, you are fully convinced that this thing is probably animal-like only in the confines that its mind is probably not as logical as a human being's or a demon's. It is animalistic. It's not really an animal, but I mean, what are you trying to do?
I just want to know it's not gonna try to kill it.
You have no idea, even with that. It's not. This thing is about as much as of an animal as. This thing is more like a failed experiment
Oh no.
that looks like an animal.
Can I see if any of my arrows are doing any damage? Because I know they tried to see it, but like,
Give me that perception with disadvantage. Mercy, you do end up creating the minor illusion of a stick, and you do see
Yeah.
the thing stop.
You want the stick?
It. You say you want the stick. All of you hear. You want the stick? Back in your minds.
Oh.
Exact same voice.
with disadvantage, I rolled a 7. Oop, that's a lie. Perception 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I rolled a 21.
You it's moving slower, and it doesn't open its mouth as much, so you can probably say that yeah, it's probably hurting. But again, it more than likely doesn't actually know what pain is. We're trying to give a thought process of how this thing operates. It is a meat dog.
Oh, I don't like
This is
that.
the best way I could describe
I mean,
I'm gonna throw my illusion stick, so it
Are
looks
you-
like it flies off 30 feet.
Are you throwing it off the bridge?
Or am I throwing it what?
Are you throwing it off the bridge?
Oh, we're on like a bridge.
You're on the land bridge.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to throw it so it maybe like go away from us.
It would go off the bridge. If it goes off the bridge, it might go away from
that's
Yeah, sure.
that's in a way.
Yeah.
You throw this minor illusion stick off the bridge. You see this thing's head turn and begin to elongate.
Oh no.
Just the
Can I
entire
sh-
time.
Can I
That's-
shoot it in the neck?
Let's
Yeah,
rush
no, I-
past while it's distracted. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should try to do that. Just run real fast.
We're gonna. All right. I want Weylin and Isengrim to make me dex rolls to see what happens first.
Oh
You start
boy,
running or shooting?
that is not going to be me.
As this is still happening, its head and neck is still just.
Well, that was the worst roll I've had tonight. It's a 9.
4.
Oh well, hey.
Give me an attack roll. With disadvantage, as you're trying to shoot its neck, it's being buffeted by the wind, so you just see this.
Fair.
It's like a wacky wavy inflatable arm-filling tube man, but
okay.
made of baloney.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
I
God.
rolled a 6 and I rolled a 9.
Yeah, your
Nice.
arrow as you let this go. And it
Yeah.
is at this point that Weylin, you feel yourself being pulled as Isengrim just starts moving. The thing doesn't seem to notice as it's still trying to find where the stick fell, and you all can hear in your mind, want stick, 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 want stick, 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 want stick, 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 want stick, 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 stick. It's the only thing in the mind as this is still being buffeted by the wind until it can't seem to elongate its neck any further. And you see its small body just
Oh, that was gross.
I didn't like that.
No.
I'm hungry.
Good job with the stick, though.
Yeah. I think I liked it.
Now as you are continuing to move, I'm going to add something to this. Every
For sure.
few seconds or so, as you're walking, every couple minutes or so, you can hear in your mind, stick.
Mercy, do you think you could train it to fetch sticks and to seek out sticks? Or maybe you and Alma combined?
Maybe. Doesn't seem that smart.
Because if we should be on the lookout for a stick, it wouldn't be a bad thing to have a creature that now has an affinity for sticks also looking.
Weylin might keep shooting it.
That's
Well,
true.
hopefully, Weylin, you could, if we were to turn this into a pet, could you leave it alone?
I mean, Constantine could look for sticks. He's really smart.
Okay. I'm just saying it's an option.
Constantine is also trying desperately to keep himself from flying away as the wind hits him.
He's like
So
tucked in.
Yeah, just
The only
you are holding him. You are getting the full experience of holding on to what is essentially just a. This is
Meat chicken.
Yeah.
Feels like a hairless cat. Just
It feels like a hairless cat. Yeah.
surprisingly soft.
Does anyone have any idea what that thing was or where it came from?
No, I just know it wasn't. It was an animal in the sense that it thinks like one, but it's not an animal.
It's an aberration of some sort. I think it probably just lives here. I don't know. Not
You
sure what
should have
lives
killed
around
it.
here. Maybe.
You all hear from further behind you, which just sounds like. I hate describing it this way. Like a bag of meat hitting the ground.
I love this.
I hate it.
We might get a
I
chance
wish
to
I
kill
didn't
it.
eat before this stream.
Just a warm bologna sandwich.
Mm.
Fried
Throwing a-
bologna.
It's like throwing a slush at a car window.
Ooh, no, not bologna, spam.
Bam.
Oh no, spam's delicious.
No, oh God.
Another,
Sorry.
as
Wait,
you
no,
are
we got
walking,
sidetracked.
another outcropping seems to rise into appearance.
Is there
Listen.
another dog on it?
No, you cannot see another. I'm not going to say that you can't see another creature, but you don't see another one of those on it. But this seems to be another bit of shelter. There is, however, inlays to this outcropping, like veins of gold that seem to run along it, like a strange crack that forms down the center. There's also what seems to be strange pushed out indents.
Hmm. Do we?
Pushed out indents in
Sorry.
any particular form?
They appear humanoid in shape.
Oh,
These
Are they-
golden veins seem to run along the center of the indents.
is it
And-
accessible? I'm so sorry. Please go ahead.
Oh no, the indents seem humanoid, like like a human was pushed into it and then taken off.
As if somebody was pushed into it, And indents is the wrong word I'm using, but it seems like something was pushed in and has remained there, as if they formed into this part of the
Okay.
outcropping.
I understand now.
Got it.
Is it in any way accessible from where we are?
Yes, you were actually moving towards it.
Okay. As we get closer, any unusual sounds or smells or indication that something extremely fishy is going on?
As you get closer, you can hear crying. And as all of you begin to move closer, each of you feel tears stinging your eyes.
Our own or someone else's?
Your own.
What is this?
This is strange.
I would like to touch the surface.
You reach your hand out, and as it is placed, are you placing it on the indent?
Yes.
I'll also describe then what you can see clearly now from this angle. You see, joined together in an embrace, a man and a woman. This seam that runs along the center almost divides them, but they seem to defy this golden seam. They both appear to be made of stone. Their eyes are stung with these golden tears. And as you place your hand on the stone, it feels warm.
I think I may have found the inhabitants of the circle.
Who are you?
We're visitors here. May I ask who you are?
There's this pained expression. A moment of pause. In her life, she was a queen. In his life, he was a general. In our lives, we ruled empires. She is Cleopatra. There's this pause as it seems to almost try to remember who this is. Mark Antony?
We seek to get to the city of Dis. Are we on the correct path?
You move towards the castle.
Is there anything we could do to alleviate whatever pain it is you're in?
There's a muted pause. Alma, I would like for you to give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that one wasn't as good. That one's at 10.
You can't place it, but you hear something. Distant thudding. is growing a little louder. And the sound of crinkling glass.
I have a passive perception of 14. Does that help me at all?
This sound of glass that seems to crinkle and shatter, it matches the noise of wing beats, as if something is flapping wings.
Can I do a nature check?
Hold on to that.
Oh god, I hate when you say that.
As every one of you hears, well, isn't this interesting? I do not get visitors to my domain that often.
Weylin is notching an arrow.
Weylin, would you please hold off a second?
Or she's like, just put the arrow down.
Just because I notch an arrow doesn't mean I'm gonna loose it. It's there. I'm ready.
Just start laughing.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
You are speaking to some of my favorite subjects. Do me a courtesy. To whom comes into my kingdom?
We are travelers.
Oh, playing the simple card of what you are didn't answer my question. I asked
Isengrim,
who.
that's my name,
Isengrim.
I think.
I'm Mercy.
Mercy.
I am known as Thaddaeus.
Thaddaeus.
I'm Constantine.
There's a bit of a pause. Constantine.
I just looked down.
There's this kind of a quiet. I do love when there are silent types. I suppose you've done me the courtesy of saying your name. Allow me to reveal myself then. So there is this low thudding sound. And then the clinking of glass once more. As from behind you all, you can hear what seems like sharp heel steps against the stone.
And I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
I am the queen of this circle. You may call me Lilith.
Nice to meet you.
If you truly wish to meet me, you would turn around.
Yeah, Wayland's gonna immediately turn around and just keep the arrow poised.
As you turn, Weylin, you see, standing before you, a woman bedecked in fineries. Her skin, what parts of it are visible, seems to be this mirrored bronze in color. Her hair is long and black, touching the ground as she moves. The dress she wears almost seems to be fashioned from sea foam. It rolls off of her. Doesn't seem to stay in one place, but seems to shift and move as she walks. Behind her are these beautiful wings made of stained glass. As they move and extend out, you see the pattern shift and form around this. No.
Oh,
It seems the
Casper, your internet's
still here.
contagious.
I'm still here.
the internet curse is in full force.
I hate technology.
Lost Jhevaunte.
Well, that could be a problem.
Well, we end up having tea with Lilith.
And she's absolutely lovely, and we all go home.
Who gives us what we're looking for, and we move on, and
Just safe
Nothing
passage.
bad happens.
and we've just had a wonderful
My internet this time.
luncheon
Aha!
and tea.
Not me.
We're currently
As-
having tea.
Where did it cut off for me?
Her
Big
wing
wings.
patters.
Yes, one sec.
Wait, you're telling me you were reading this? Rude. I thought he was making it up on the spot.
Whatever. I'll just use the bad one from them. As it her wing pattern seems to shift and change, the stained glass of it forming different myriad images from the most of you were not around for the creation of it. You can see patterns of the Sistine Chapel initially. There are older images that seem to form and shift. Some of them seem to mirror the world's creation. Others are its destruction. Her feet curl up as if they are formed into heels, talons jutting out from where her nails would be. Her smile, though permanent, seems to be pulled. There's scarring that forms this strange corpse-like grin. But there is something for everyone here that is dangerously beautiful.
So I lower my weapon, but it's still in the... Like, I'm not gonna shoot her, but I still have my arrow ready.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
As I turn around and smack whoever's near me to speak.
It's probably Alma. I get it. we got dropped off here. We're just trying to make our way through. Lovely circle of hell you have here. Absolutely love what you've done with the place. We are just... There was a dog or something, and Thaddaeus talks more than I do. Thaddaeus?
Please, excuse my compatriot here. They seem to be somewhat confused and nervous. But your semblance is rather remarkable, so I do somewhat understand. We're traveling through hell. We're trying to find a way out.
It's an
And so we are
odd
passing
vacation
through this world.
destination.
Vacation. Well, we don't really remember our past. We pretty much only know here. We just know that there is something else for us, waiting. And we're merely trying to find our way back.
We're through.
And through hell.
She begins to walk forward once more. As she passes by Weylin, her finger trails against the notched arrow, as if bemused. She stops in front of the two formed carvings, essentially, into the stone, just looking at them. The only way through is through my castle.
Might we?
Is that an invitation?
All would be invited to join. You are not yet among the dead here, so I cannot say that you are forbidden from respite. And my curiosity should be sated. Yes.
Is the castle like in front of us? Like she walked past me. Is the castle like straight ahead of me right now? I'm gonna keep walk. I'm gonna walk.
Ah. You are still tied to everybody.
Yep.
I was gonna say so.
So we're all just gonna.
So there's this kind of moment.
Shuffle.
Oh, please, by all means, lead on, Weylin.
Oh, by the way, Weylin, since you're in front, you now get to see a little bit more of what's ahead of you. Go do me a favor. Roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds like a real good
I don't like
plan.
this.
Okay. I got a 100.
You got 100?
Wow.
That should be fine, right?
Weylin,
No.
you see before you, along this pathway, what looks like a horse.
Is it coming towards me?
It's just standing there.
Can I roll animal handling?
It's actually facing away from you all, but as you begin to walk and then you stop, its head...
Oh no.
Oh, this is bad.
I hate this for you all. The head kind of just to look back to you. It does not have a horse's head. Isengrim, I want you to roll for me a d10.
Oh, yes. That is a 6. I believe our DM is stuck.
Oh, we're just in suspense right now.
I see you shiver. And it's
There we go. There we go. I'm going to see if my actual internet works. Hey, do. Okay. It's
No,
I
it
hate
doesn't.
this.
No,
No,
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
I am
The
really
real
excited
hell is
about this.
bad internet connection.
There you go. Back to the other one. I
Okay.
don't know what's happening to my thing. Its skull, its head appears to be gorilla-like.
Ooh, great.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm shooting it in the eyes. I'ma shoot it. First of all, head went backwards in a way I did not like. Second, it's a gorilla. Those are mean.
We don't want to ask Lola if everything's cool
to,
first.
to note as well, just as a mode of curiosity here. Yeah, no, it's also made of meat.
Oh.
One of those.
You move to shoot. Lilith places her hand onto the notched arrow.
Are
Just
these...
a moment. These things wander around my domain from time to time.
Are they creations of yours?
Not of mine. They are leftovers from the other circles. They move about freely from place to place. Predominantly, they are the third circle's major denizens, but they come and go as they please.
Are they dangerous?
Sins of hell used to be people.
What? Ooh, wait,
They frozen?
maybe.
Hmm.
It connected to the other internet. I was seeing if it worked. It kept connecting me to the other internet to see if it would work. And it's like, it doesn't. Stop it. The gorilla horse thing lets its head loll back to face forward, and it doesn't turn around. Its head and neck pull in, and its body just sort of shifts to turn to look back to you all.
Got it. So, Lilith, you said that these creatures travel where they will, and they predominantly are from the third circle, which is our next stop. Do they travel through your castle? Did we lose him again?
I'm back.
Did you hear my question?
I heard from the third.
These creatures travel back and forth to the third circle. Do they also travel through her castle? Or do they have another route that they take?
I tend to make sure they avoid my personal domain.
So there is a way to the third circle, not through your castle.
For denizens of hell, yes. If you would like to discover that specific way, I'd be more than happy to reveal the secret to you.
I love options.
Oh, it's an option.
This feels.
As you were listening to Lilith speaking, your mind begins to fill with not your memories. You begin to gather bits and pieces of everyone's.
What of the rest of the party?
Yep. You begin to, almost like a myriad collage, you can see Isengrim as a young child training. You see Thaddaeus casting a judgment on someone. You see Mercy studying in what seems to be this almost bedecked, glorious hall. You see Weylin on a hunt, much younger. And as these collage memories begin to fill your mind, Lilith's gaze focuses on yours.
On Thaddaeus?
To
Or
Alma.
on one of the others?
On Alma.
Okay. Got it.
I think Alma's just staring at her.
The way to travel without it going through my castle is normally only allowed to infernal creatures, beings like me. But if you'd like for me to show you how, and you see her extend one of her hands out, you notice that this black glove that she wears over both of her arms, as her hand extends out, you see this shift and move. It's almost as if it's not a glove, it's more like tar.
As she's talking, can I try to duck behind someone and very hopefully subtly cast detect thoughts?
Ooh.
Just like surface, just to try to get the surface thoughts of like, is she actually going to show us a way we can go? Is she actually going to let us in the castle? Like, I'm not trying to probe in.
I will say that she is paying more attention to Alma than she is to anyone else. So I will say that I will allow you to surreptitiously cast detect thoughts. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no. Ooh. 21.
your mind is almost instantly assaulted by not be considered a minor deity. And it is not having a fun effect as you get this blast of 1,000 different thought processes all at once occurring simultaneously, a myriad of voices, millions of different ever-changing ones, and it's only your own knowledge, intrinsic knowledge of how magic works that allows you to siphon that all in into something you can parse and make sense of. Enough so that you're able to pick up from the surface level. I wonder how long he could take this information before his body gives out, or his mind, whatever comes first.
How long he could take this information?
Referring to Thaddaeus.
Thaddaeus. Oh. Okay. Shoot. I'm going to reach over to Thaddaeus and try to... Does he look like he's like... Does Thaddaeus look any different right now?
Are you going to reach for her hand, Thaddaeus?
No. I'm... Things that are freely given, I have found here, are there's usually not worth it. And again, Thaddaeus has noticed that most people here are very duplicitous. He is not accepting Lilith at face value. He is not accepting her extended hand at face value.
Quick pause for a second. We're froze.
My cat hasn't stopped meowing this whole time.
There we go. Sorry for that. We have tech gremlins. As go ahead with what you're saying, Thaddaeus.
Actually, he's mulling it over, and Thaddaeus will look at Lilith and says, I don't trust you, but sometimes one needs to gamble, and he'll reach out and take her hand.
God damn it, Thaddaeus.
Mercy, did you want to try to stop him?
Yeah, I wanted to reach out and shocking grasp him as like I kind of like yank him a little because he's like getting visions, right? Just to clarify, he's
Actually,
getting
no,
like visions, and I want to like shock him out of like that connection.
Alma's the one that's getting the
Oh, almost
visions.
good. Sorry.
Thaddeus is just attempting, possibly going to take the deal that Lilith is offering.
Right. Okay, sorry. I was confused. I think I'll just try to like grab him for a moment and
That
just
Thaddeus and Mercy, both of you give me dex checks.
okay. I am
not
very
my
dexterous.
strong suit.
Nor mine. That's a 12.
17.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mercy,
Y'all were worried about me.
Mercy,
While this
you go
is
to
happening.
reach. You go to reach.
Oh. Wait, no, this is not stealth. Never mind.
Oh.
All right. No, we're good.
You go to reach your hand out to stop, but it's too late as Thaddeus places his hand onto Lilith's. Thaddeus, I would like for you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Natural 1. So I've got some pluses, but it's like a 3 or something total. So that did not go well.
Thaddeus, you take 7 points of psychic damage.
Oh, that could have been worse.
While this is happening,
Is this
can Alma
spell
start hitting
related
Weylin?
or just a general effect?
This is a general effect.
Okay.
While
What is
this
going
happening?
on?
While this is happening, can Alma start hitting Weylin to like and pulling at the rope, kind of like a untie.
You can see the thousands of different ways that one can enter and leave these planes to go into the others. But as your mind continues to revolve and move through these, every denizen is able to look back. And it is at the last part, as your mind is assaulted by this bitter, chilling cold that you're beginning to grow used to.
It's the rope.
It almost seems to freeze into this one area, this vast frozen ocean, a towering, almost statue at its center, being the only source of light. The statue's 3 heads lifting to look to you. Another I can see.
And I'm basically not brandishing, but just holding the torch of divinity.
The statue almost seems to smile. The divine will.
Yes.
It is so bemusing to think that mortals truly believe I fear what is rightfully my birthright.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I believe you know exactly who I am. We will see
Does
each
Thaddeus
other.
have any idea who this guy is?
Give me you know what? Give me a religion check with advantage.
Religion's intelligence. Which doesn't make any sense to me, but...
You're a priest.
I know!
Should be wisdom.
But but cleric intelligence is like a dumb stat. Oh, somehow I have a +1. So that's a 13.
Your study of the Bible has given this figure a myriad of names. Prince of Lies, the first child
Asmodeus.
The first child of the divine. The Angel of Light. The first archangel. He has 2 names that are very much well known currently. Thoniler and Lucifero. The first of the damned.
Got it. Then yes, Thaddeus would be very, very familiar with the concept of Lucifer. I do recognize you. But unfortunately, without really knowledge or memory of my past, I can't grasp at really what context to put you in. But yes, I do know you, but I don't.
I do so hope that you will gain those memories soon. But it is nice to know that even without them, you do recognize me. You are looking for a way out of here, yes.
I was about to mention, yes, I am with a few others. We are. I'm sorry, Rocket. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You will have to find me here in the ninth circle then to get out.
We have heard that, yes, we will have to traverse all 9 circles.
You are not led by Virgilo. You do not have the passes that my father granted them.
Correct.
I suppose you'll have to take the long way.
Unless there's a shorter way.
I'll enjoy that mortals haven't changed. There's no shortcuts through here. In fact,
Must be earned.
You being here was the shortcut to an afterlife. You are a man of the word. You know the saying. It is much easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle. But I'm sure that you will find your way here in time. Until then.
We have plenty of that.
True. A parting gift until then. You see him extend out his hand, and as he closes it, this vision vanishes from your sight. You take another 7 points of psychic damage.
Thankfully, we've leveled up.
Can I have moved my detect thoughts to Thaddeus?
Oh, yes, you can.
It's up for a minute. I didn't want to interrupt, but
oh, you're good.
Well
Mercy.
done.
The thing is that as you've done this, you aren't detecting a single thing from Thaddeus.
Yeah.
You instead get in your mind an eavesdropper.
oh, no.
Bemusing. If you wanted to speak to me, all you needed to do was ask.
Just checking up on my friend here.
He will be fine.
Can I roll to see if I recognize this thing?
Absolutely. But for yours, I don't. Either give me a religion or an arcana for you.
I'll take Arcana. 25.
Your world, you would know of things like this as what would be essentially an archdemon, one of the rulers of the planar regions of hell, in the same way of like Fierna and things like that. But you would recognize this one to probably be the archdemon.
I like bow in my mind. Just didn't expect to see or to have you in my friend's head.
Wasn't expecting company either, but changes the scenery a little bit. You tell me something here, Mercy. Do your companions know that you'll betray them just like you did your allies long ago?
I don't quite remember if I have or haven't.
It's a good thing I do then. So, answer me that then. How much do you value their lives over your own?
I'll look after myself first.
After my own heart. You'll speak again. And the thoughts go dark.
Do I take any damage?
You do not.
Oh.
You did not accept Lilith's hand.
Oh,
Lilith pulls her hand away.
Is there any chance Thaddeus was able to retain any of those images of the various passages through all of these various circles?
Yes, there is an issue as you are retaining. You do retain the images of these paths. You also retain a bit of knowledge of the issue of these paths.
Oh, cool.
Lilith made the statement, if you're an infernal, these are easy to traverse for you. No one here is an infernal. The powers that you all have, though magical or mystical in nature, would not allow you to traverse unscathed. And Lucifero's words of "you will have to take the long way" seem to be ringing a little bit more.
Got it.
As for how deadly, you've all experienced what death seems like in this place.
So, besides the passages, how extensive of a glimpse of each of the circles ahead of us did he get a look at?
You got enough to glean what the circles are and some of their rulers.
All right. Put that in the back pocket.
This Lilith, kind of, you see her examining her own hand. She looks over and notices that Alma and Weylin have cut themselves free.
That hurt a bit, but I understand.
Shall we depart then?
It could have been worse, so I do owe you thanks for that.
Of course. To my castle then, for refreshments, for pleasant company, for whatever you all desire.
You have a library?
And paper. Mercy is so wanting paper.
I have lots of paper. I hold up the scan I've just been like scribbling on. It's full of notes.
I'm sure we'll find whatever you all desire in due time. Come. And
I roll a perception or insight check on Lilith.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to do something as well. I'd like to use Divine Sense on her.
For my own knowledge, what does Divine Sense allow you to do?
It lets me know if she's technically, it should let me know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of me.
You are detecting both celestial and fiend from her.
Interesting. And I believe it tells me if something is good or evil.
Evil.
Okay, thank you.
If it gives you what sort of other alignment, she would technically speaking be lawful evil.
At least she's lawful.
What does your insight get you?
Not much. It was a 12.
Wait, I want to roll an insight too.
Go ahead.
Natural 20.
Oh.
So, that's great. As she rolled, she's not trying to hide who she is. She is not being deceptive on the statement of whatever you all desire. But it seems like that conceptually is almost a threat. as if the concept of achieving what you desire is exactly what she wants, and it doesn't necessarily spell good for anyone. It is also
everybody lies here.
It is also from this point of view that you can see why this castle appears so strange. It's not a castle. You see, finally, a towering hand that juts out of the ground. And it is this that has formed this castle.
Just out of curiosity, as we were walking with Lilith,
mm-hmm.
Do the winds abate around us?
The winds abate around her. They buffet you all less.
Okay.
It is also, as you are walking, you hear again, Sick.
I'll miss the meat dog.
The gorilla horse flesh pony also walks beside you all. It walks, and you note that it's not making hoof noises, as its feet are actually hands that are just.
You said whatever I desire. I don't desire that near me.
I'm actually gonna ask it its name.
Head turns. Name.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Isengrim.
Its head, you see it almost shift as if forming and changing until the gorilla head heals away and forming a close duplicate of your own face, completely made of flesh and meat, including the bandage, which seems to be a strip of tendon.
Lovely.
I'm Isengrim.
I'm actually gonna try and touch it. Just gently, just like on its shoulder or something. The way you would try to approach a horse.
Your hand does touch its shoulder. Not that you were attempting to in some way, because as your hand has gone just to about here, its shoulder just... it feels like uncooked steak. That every now and again squirms.
I'm gonna stroke it gently. Just try to show it that I don't want to be mean with it.
It lets out a sound that there is an assumption that it should be like an animal sound.
Whatever you are, and just keep going.
Isengrim, you've just missed your opportunity to become a chevalier.
Let's go. Just completely, not just not laughing at the joke, but genuinely he looks like he could have punched Thaddaeus right then and there.
As
abruptly just goes.
By the way, as you say yes, and Isengrim, you give him the look. Isengrim, you hear from Lilith. I knew your name was familiar. She'll be pleased to see you again. And that's where we're going to take our break. And welcome back. We are on our way to the castle, which Lilith had commented that someone will be very happy to see you, Isengrim.
Yeah.
We stand before this towering marble doorway with these jewels that are laid out into one hoop, which Lilith grabs a hold of and pulls open. Unlike the outside of her domain, the inside of the castle itself is beautiful. There is no sound of the wind and the screaming. There is this almost beautiful calmness to this place. The floor is bedecked in marble, which reflects back up, so pristine that you can see yourselves reflected in it. The high ceilings are littered with mirrors and chandeliers that cast light everywhere. The walls are adorned with beautiful tapestries and curtains. The smell is gorgeous, with different scents of cooking foods, wine, candles. Everything here almost seems to play on the senses. As Lilith extends her hand out to what is essentially the Great Hall and this massive table, which has on it a myriad of different foods. Make yourselves comfortable. I myself need to retrieve something.
I'm the
And
only
she
one who
begins.
has a thought vibe of like the magical mansion from 2E where you eat it and when you leave it hurts you.
Well, we were told not to eat or drink in hell by Pluto, I believe.
There's another level of if anyone has seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
That the specific scene that I am thinking of, that level of food is
Okay.
just adorable.
Oh boy.
Literally just gonna turn my back to it.
Pluto's warning.
Lilith,
I'm gonna
ahead.
sit at the table, but I'm not touching any of the food.
You can hear the sound of the clicking of her heels as Lilith is making her way up what seem to be stairs.
I'm gonna let Constantine out so he can kind of wander around. And I kind of want to look at myself in this gleaming floor. What do I look like?
Steam. You appear to yourself in the reflection uncomfortably beautiful. To the point that it almost doesn't look like you.
Mm.
What are you
Or
trying
like
to say,
a-
Jhevaunte?
Or like a person. Don't you do that to me.
It's like one of those filters.
That was also what I was gonna say. Does Mercy have the bold glamour filter?
Yeah.
In a sense, yes.
Weird.
Oh
For
my
anyone
God,
else,
so good.
for anyone,
Floor.
yep, for anyone else it does, it's a very similar prospect that you all see yourselves, but reflected back far more more beautiful than should be possible, which plays with how you view things.
Ooh, how does Constantine look in the reflection?
Constantine, or anyone that chooses to look, does not
Yes.
look like an abyssal chicken. You instead see about maybe a 13-year-old
Oh.
wearing what seem to be scholarly robes, just looking around.
Weird. Do I recognize this kid?
You recognize him only in the sense of you know that you should know his name. But every time it tries to come into your mind, it's just on the tip of the tongue.
Did Alma see this kid when she was getting flashes of everyone else's memories?
You did. You saw him. You saw him in the same class as Mercy. Relax, Charter. Yeah, you saw. Yes, you did. You saw him in the same class.
I do love that Alma now knows more about everyone else than she does about herself.
Yeah.
It is.
Aw.
Alma. It is almost like you get. It's almost like you get 4 interconnected pieces of a different puzzle for each person, and these all fit together, but you don't know what the whole picture is. Is how it feels.
Okay.
Is there any chance on this table there are not just glasses, but say like a flask or something of water?
There is a, in terms of that, you can see it's a pitcher, like I'm trying to find the words. There is this ornate pitcher of water, and in front of each of the seats of this table, there is a golden goblet inlaid with jewels that you can pour in.
I was hoping something that could be covered and closed, but okay. I didn't expect it, but I was hopeful.
Among the sounds you all can hear, you hear soft singing coming from part of the same great hall, almost a little bit muffled.
Gonna go in that direction if it is coming from a specific direction.
It is, and as you begin to follow into that path, it does begin to grow a little bit louder. You hear the slight noise of chains moving and shifting.
Almost following, but looking up in case there's another person in a cage above their heads.
As you look up, Alma, and you can actually see the different mirrors. As they reflect back down, the mirrors do not reflect how you see yourselves. Alma, you see reflected in the mirror as they look at everybody. You see various different creatures. You see what seems to be a humanoid dragon. For a moment, there seems to be a wolf-like creature. But they all bounce off of where everyone is situated. As if the mirrors are reflecting a version of everyone.
Who's the wolf-like creature?
Weylin.
Yay!
What's Alma?
Alma, you see reflected what seems to be a... This is a strange descriptor. It, for various moments, appears like a deer, like a cat, like a lion, like an elk. It seems to move from predator or prey, as if each mirror can't decide what to stay shifted onto.
And everyone else is consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of have to know what everybody
You know,
is.
everyone else.
I feel like Mercy's the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, what's Thaddaeus?
Thaddaeus, you see in the reflection, doesn't appear to be a creature. It is Thaddeus's reflection appears to be a bronze-like automata, in a sense. You see flames licking out of where there are the joints, and where the torch is held, that light is gone in the mirror.
And Isengrim?
Isengrim appears in the reflection to be what you would account for as a griffin.
Ooh.
Interesting. So, keep following the sound of the voice, trying to pinpoint its location.
You come across a tapestry, you see what seems to be a cloth-covered barrier, essentially. and this is where the sound is the loudest.
I'm gonna look behind it.
You see a young woman. Her skin is deathly pale, stark white hair that flows all around her. She is curled up, singing softly.
Is she
And
locked
as
in
you-
the cage?
There doesn't seem to be a cage that holds her, but her hands are chained.
Hello?
You can't shoot the cage down again. She stops singing. See her look over towards you.
Who are you?
Lilith does not have guests.
I'm sorry, you cut a bit. What did you say?
Lilith does not have guests. Who are you?
We are travelers passing through, hopefully. Who are you?
Travelers. I am Eurydice.
We were asked to find you.
You see her eyes widen a little bit, and her body moves forward. The chains that you see holding her wrists are still attached to the wall, but you see her place her hands onto the ground. By Orfeo?
Yes.
She looks down. Where is he?
We don't know. We lost him on the first circle. Listen, I'm just gonna. How difficult would it be to undo the chains?
Undo them quietly or loudly?
I'm just okay. So basically, I want to like study them to basically just have a basic idea of how could we break them? Could somebody pick them? Could that kind of thing?
In that line, I do have a question. Do I notice Isengrim talking to a chained up woman?
Yes.
Oh, great. Lovely. I'm going to stand up, walk over with my hand axe. It's going to take me a second.
So Eurydice sees a man covered in frost and frozen blood, carrying an axe, walking with great determination towards.
I'm not walking towards her. I'm walking towards the wall behind her.
Okay.
Question before that happens.
Yes.
So you can tell me if this isn't how it works, because I don't know how it works, but I have heat metal. Would I be able to heat just a section closest to the wall so it might be easier for Weylin to get through?
As someone that works with,
I don't know how weapons work or metal.
as someone that works with things that come directly off of a foundry, it's gonna heat the entire chain, but you could.
Yeah, maybe don't.
But there's this kind of moment where she's seeing people gathering around her, and she does get visibly more nervous.
I think.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna just say I think Alma like starts to go and goes, bad idea. Turns, just sees Weylin with a hand axe and just shrugs and kind of steps in front of her to see, like, goes down like towards the floor because you said she was like curled up on the floor. Like, it's okay. We're just gonna try to get you out quietly, Weylin.
I look back like I'm gonna like I take it I made it to the wall at this point, and like,
Yes.
I look back as I'm about to swing. It's just like
Almost like slapped.
As quiet as you can possibly do it, so we can just get out of here.
I'm gonna look at Isengrim, and then look at the lock, and then look back at Isengrim, and like,
Okay. So if this is a normally formed chain with non non-welded links,
Mhm.
I want to try and grab the one that's closest to her, and I want to try and bend it.
Give me a strength check.
Yes.
Who is anyone not by Eurydice?
I think I would have wandered over, like hearing like Alma
That
and
should be on the
Weylin.
perimeter. Yeah.
I would like to try to like listen first for those footsteps. Are they coming
I was
closer
about
again?
to say, could Mercy and Thaddaeus give me a perception?
So that's a natural 20.
Oh god.
Ooh.
And also with the bless, it's 22 total. No, that's more than that. Actually, that's 26.
So you do manage to just, and it starts to bend almost to the point that you can actually see these stress cracks start to form in the chain itself. Mercy, Thaddeus, what did your rolls give you?
19.
30-20.
Both of you can detect the sound of the footsteps and armored footsteps.
Armored. They sound differently than her
Yes.
claw.
Yes, it
I'm
sounds
going
as
to-
if she's being joined by somebody.
I'm going to walk towards them, basically my goal is to maybe engage them in conversation, buy some time, keep them away from the chain breaking going on.
I'm gonna message, just send a little message to Isengrim and be like, I think they're coming back. Maybe be a little more subtle.
Yeah,
You can reply to this message.
got it. I'll two things. First off, we started crying when we found the people who were basically a mural. Are we basically just still
You have
bawling our eyes out?
as you left them, the tears started to
Okay, thank you.
subside.
And second, yeah, I'm not trying to break it. I'm just trying to, like, as gently as I can, just bend it very, very slowly so that the link is open and she can at least free herself from the wall, even though she's manacled.
Yeah.
Upon seeing this, Weylin will put away his hand axe. And well, since you're working on the chain, can I check out those manacles to see if I can unlock them?
Yeah, I will say you don't actually need to roll a perception for this, since she's not trying to hide them. The manacles appear to do have like a central lock in the middle. They could be broken by just a hard swing down, but they do seem to like they would require a key to fully unlock if you were trying to do it subtly.
Okay, nope. Gonna hard swing down.
We'll cut to you in a second. Take over to Thaddeus as you are heading over to the source of the sound. You can see Lilith once more. Beside Lilith, you see what you can assume to be a man wearing rather beautiful looking armor. There are flares to the shoulders that seem to have these ornate feathers that line the shoulder pauldrons. There is a single wing that seems to be made of the same like armor and feather pattern that drapes down the side. The helmet that covers is oddly bedecked in the sign of the cross. The face is hard to see underneath it. He carries a sword on the left and a long spear on the back with what seems to be a flag that has been torn partially hanging off of it.
Greetings. And then walking towards them.
don't suppose you were looking for us for any particular reason. We were just coming back.
Well, I heard you approach, and so my curiosity was piqued. And as I'm in a new land, I do try to meet the people and understand what goes on. And you are a most glorious looking warrior. And so I'm naturally curious, what is your role here?
I just act as an emissary, I suppose. A knight, but he kind of gives like a half shrug. I wander from circle to circle at the leisure of my lord.
And which lord is that, may I ask?
Lord Eckert.
Let's see. And, well, yes, I did have a vision of Lord Eckert. So you do travel from circle to circle.
Acting on behalf of whatever she commands.
Yes, got it. Well, being curious, I have to ask, has she mentioned any plans for our group?
Not that I know of. It's been a little bit since I last saw her.
All right.
I've been under the service of my lady Lilith for some time. So
Well,
your arrival was news.
Yes, I'm glad we could bring some variety into the daily goings on here. We are simply traveling through the circles, trying to find our way out. Is there any tips or advice you could give us for our journey?
Not ones that I could freely give. It would be a betrayal of the trust I have been given.
I can understand that. Even though no explicit order has been given, there's, I guess, a standing understanding that you're not to help.
Chivalric codes aside, it would just... I don't think she would approve.
Yes. So, I have to ask. Yeah, you know.
It is no bother. You are Thaddaeus, right?
I am Thaddaeus, yes.
You travel with Isengrim.
Yes.
There's this pause. I'd like to speak to him.
You would wait but a moment. I'll go get him for you.
He nods.
We'll be right back.
As he walks away, I'm gonna go up to the knight and just be like, "Hi, I'm Mercy. Would you consider parting with one of your feathers? I'm a bit of a collector."
He smiles, gives a slight little half bow. Of course, plucks one from the pauldron, and as it does, it is replaced almost immediately with another one. He hands this over to you.
That is glorious.
Lilith peeks around to the side. You were looking for a library.
I was.
If you will follow me, I'd be happy to show you mine.
Okay. Tuck the feather in my braided hair, and follow her.
She turns to lead you down the halls. Go on. All right, Weylin, you give me a strength roll.
Ooh, yeah, let's go.
Got a feather.
You just said just a straight up strength?
It was straight up strength.
Dirty 20.
It just cleaves through it, and as it does, there's this like, well, that was a little bit quieter than we thought, and then the manacles fall. Oh, well, that was so...
That
It's like when you drop the glass cup in the middle of the night. It just rolls and hits the ground. Just
I look over at Isengrim and just give him a thumbs up.
Like, you can't
Now-
see my eyes, but there are knives in them.
Is there any chance that as Thaddaeus is approaching, he either sees this is happening or starts to hear it happening and is given an opportunity to call out to try and mask the sound of this? Isengrim, please come hither. There is someone looking for you.
As best as I can say for how this role would work, would probably be a deception.
I have advantage on that.
Go ahead.
Nice.
Actually, can I help by essentially like placing my shield on the ground and pretending I dropped it?
Absolutely. I will say that this will help lower the DC for this. What's your roll?
Nice.
So, hold on. It would help if I actually grab the correct dice. So I have advantage and a +6.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes.
Oh, dang.
19 and a 9, so that's a 15.
If you had advantage, you would have taken the higher roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to disadvantage. So 19, that's a 20. That's a 25. I've been so used to obstacles.
You fully manage to, as you're about to see the manacles fall, just call out like Isengrim as Isengrim pretends to drop the shield to cover the sound. Just enough that it does mute the very obvious clashing of steel manacles onto marble floor.
Oh, I walk away, by the way. I go back to my seat at the table.
Nothing to see here. Move along, move along.
Yep.
But I do continue. Yes, there is an armored, very brilliantly armored individual here who is asking about you, Isengrim.
I was clumsy. I go towards where Thaddaeus is showing.
And now we're blocking the view behind us, walking side by side.
So is it just
My
Alma
cloak is
with
billowing. I'm
Eurydice?
moving my arm so the cloak billows out to the sides a little bit. You know.
Isengrim, as you are walking, each step you start to feel memories pull back. And as you get close enough that you are essentially within now speaking distance, you see the face of the one looking at you. You go by Isengrim now?
It's the name I remembered when I woke up here. I just take his hands in both of mine.
Why are you here?
I don't know. I found myself here one night. I awoke here at some point. What about you?
There's this kind of like pause. You see him as well, seeming to try to remember. Conflict. I don't think I made it through it.
I intertwine my fingers with his, and I get a bit closer. I really don't have all of it right now. Do you know what you were called? I can't remember your name.
You are going to have to correct me if I get this wrong. Atimer?
I just full on embrace him.
He joins the embrace. There is this Isengrim. All of you regain a hope point. Isengrim, that's not your name.
It's not.
You know your name now. You know this armor that he wears in the sense that this is a much more fantastical version of what you would have worn. Your name is Aymeric.
I hold him very, very tight. I kiss his lips and then ask him, please forgive me. And I run. Don't even know what direction, I just take off.
You move down the halls. And he remains standing, almost shocked, with tears of gold in his eyes. Alma, you are still by Eurydice. You see her rubbing her wrist a little bit. You will have to go quickly.
You're supposed to come with us.
Really, I do not want to be here anymore.
Okay, we have to find the others. Lilith said something about our desires.
Yes, this whole place is made of that. One can get lost in your desire if you're not careful. That is the concept of the sin of lust. Desire.
I don't know who I am. I think knowing my desire would help with that, though.
And it looks around for a moment. I know of a place where you might be able to find out.
Let's go. We'll get everyone and then we'll leave.
Takes Alma's hand and begins to move rather rapidly down the opposite side of the hall of where Isengrim ran. Mercy. Lilith leads you to a much more simple door with a symbol on it that you do recognize somewhat. It almost looks like the same symbols that were appearing in your visions of the old school. And as you look to the door, she pushes it open, and you are greeted with the sight of a large room with a single table, a chair, and thousands of books lining the wall. Yours to study at your leisure.
Really?
Of course. You desired this.
Could I guess it's not a library. I can borrow one, could I? Take on the road?
Unfortunately, it is a desire. One must savor it while you can.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm gonna look around the room. Maybe just walk around and start just reading spines if I'm able to read them.
You absolutely can. You see tomes of esoteric knowledge. You see books that should have been as far as you can remember, books that either don't exist, haven't existed, or if they did exist, were destroyed. These are massive. Like this is a collection of works that could take even the most long-lived of scholars millennia to understand.
As she walks around, could I find a section of like maybe history or geography of these lands?
The interesting thing is, as you begin to think this, you see another shelf form.
Oh, that's cool.
It pushes the others like to the side, and more books appear, and you see the history of Limbo, Lord Minos and his judgments, so on and so forth, begins to pocket and fill these dimensions, the space.
I'm gonna pull one and go sit and read.
As you do.
Oh no.
I want you to give me I'm gonna say it's a wisdom save.
That is a night. Wait, what do I add? 19, 21.
As you begin to read, you start to feel this ache in your body as you take 6 points of psychic damage.
Oh no. That's not good for me.
As you continue and as you turn the page, you get a glimpse of something different. As the page turns, you see blood coating the page itself. You see your hands shaking. The skin of your fingers is cut and bruised, as if you were running them against the pages itself. You see the writing on it made from the blood that you are spilling onto the page. But it's a flash, and it's gone. And now you just see what you are reading is perfect, pristine, the thing you desire.
Is knowledge.
Constantine looks up, gives a little his head.
Yeah, buddy. That wasn't. Maybe I should stop.
You did roll high enough that if you want to close the book, you can.
I'll close it.
And as you do, the vision of you being able to overcome this desire, the vision that you had of this beautiful library, darkens as the book closes. Around you, you see a myriad of people, or what might have been people, laying on the floor against the wall in chairs, their bodies almost in a mummified state, but all smiling, all seemingly filled with happiness, each of them clasping hold of something. For some, it's gold that spills out of their hands, and as you see it touch the ground, you see them turn to stone. For others, it's the holding the hands of another person that too is mud. For others, it's the feeling of something or holding on to a thing. All victims. And as this comes into view, you see Lilith just leaning against the closed door, that same smile. And for the first time, you see what she truly looks like. This, on one half, she is the same twisted, beautiful person. A beauty that is dangerous, is wrong. On the other, this bestial form, the lips curling into a almost snarl, sharp teeth jagged and rotting. The eye that is inlaid there, pure gold, with a stream of the same tears running down it. Her form on all of these sides appears matronly. Was it not what you desired?
I'm gonna smile at her and go, I realize I'm being a little selfish, just wandering off without telling my friends. Perhaps I should return to them.
I wasn't quite done with my meal yet.
With your
So
meal?
if you will do... Yes. So if you'll do me a favor and open that book again. As you see, held in her hand, we see almost a small wisp that, in a vague sense, looks like you. The magic of it flowing into her hand and her form shifting back to this fully beautiful state. Because that is what I desire. And with that, we're going to pick it up in 2 weeks.
Oh no. Oh dear.
I want to thank you all for joining us despite the technical issues. So happy to be able to be running this again. Let's see where all these lovely people are going to be doing as the time goes by. We're gonna start with Alma.
Oh, yay! Hi everyone. My name is Nox. You can find me on social media at Noxternal_7. Tomorrow you can find me on Girls Run These Worlds because it's the finale for a campaign I'm in called Regency Remix The Unseen World. I love that game. It's a good society game. It's very, very fun. Soon, I don't have the dates yet, but soon, my cat is very vocal right now. Soon, I'm going to be announcing the cast for my All Disabled table for Survive the Apocalypse, which is a post-apocalypse zombie game. And you should also keep an eye out on my social media because I'm going to be announcing another casting call for a different campaign soon. On top of that, I'm open for commissions for like Pride pet drawings or Pride dinosaur drawings on my Ko-Fi because I'm trying to raise money for accessible housing and grad school. So go follow me on Twitter and all of that will be there.
Mercy.
Me?
Yes.
Hey, sorry. Hi. You can find me on social media at Critical Mix. I don't really have anything to plug, so I'll just plug my favorite dice box makers, and among other things, Dogmite. They are incredible, and I love them very much.
Isengrim.
Hi, my name is Alex Blue, and you can find me on every single social media as Foxes with Axes, and soon you'll also be able to find me under that name at startplaying.games if you want to hire me to GM for you.
Oh. Thaddaeus.
I'm Shara42 on socials. I really also have nothing much to plug, but this is a fantastic game and having a blast.
Weylin.
OCO, I am Casper the friendly, or I'm not friendly, but the NB ghost. And I've been playing Weylin. I will be on tomorrow night at 10:30 or 11 Eastern time on Tabletop Titties, playing Mall for All, where with Dare and a couple of others, and then I will be on Critical Misses, GMing a Three Musketeers inspired Thirsty Sword Lesbian mini campaign called For Queen and Country, where I get to flirt with everyone and be a menace.
Love that. As for me, my name's Jhevaunte. You can find me on my one social media of Twitter at Jhevaunte, Jagb as in Victor, Aunte. Other stuff that I'm doing, you can catch me in 2 weeks on Monday, where I play Dior the Black Arcanite Ranger in Arclight Court's Power Rangers game on Initiative Order. Outside of that, I'm not really in a lot of other things at the moment, but if you enjoy seeing me DM and want to be a part of the games that I run, over on my Twitter, I have linked my personal Discord where I run other games that are not streamed. We are currently going to be picking up a World of Darkness couple games. We're also doing, I also have a Gotham themed game coming up, as well as a myriad of others. And on Fridays, I also do what we call the Friday night cartoon games, where I do Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, Transformers, things like that. So join me if you feel like it. Other than that, it's been an absolute blast. I'm so happy that I'm running this again. I have a great time. All of you, I love you all, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Have a good night.